Cheers and welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. Yeah, we're brewing a Farmhouse ale, AKA a Belgian Saison. Why? Because we're just looking to have some fun. Summer's around the corner. I need a beer that's under 5%, something light, drinkable. And the Saison, Belgian Saison, Farmhouse ale, whatever you want to call it, to me is one of those very underappreciated styles, especially if you like to have fun. And just imagine a nice light lager, or even a lager, doesn't have to be light, with some spice and some aromas going on and all kinds of cool things going on. That's a Saison. I mean, that's a Saison. But a Saison really should be multiple styles, because you can go from light to dark. Dark Saisons are very, very uncommon, to say the least. But if you want a summer beer, you want your lawnmower beer, whatever you want to do, my first, and I really did not like Saisons originally when I first started learning about craft beer, until somebody gave me a White Labs 565 yeast for free. Yeah, it was expired, and I used it and it worked out great, but I added a lot of raspberries and ginger. And that raspberry ginger Saison was the bomb. I was brewing it every year for years, and bottle conditioned was the way to go, of course. I tried kegging it. I've seen some of my previous videos, and it just wasn't the same beer. But I had people bribing me, and I give away beer for free. I don't sell it. It's technically illegal. But yeah, bribing me, please, please, I just want more. I want more. And I'm like, dang, people are liking this beer. And I did, I enjoyed it. And I would just sip the hell out of it. It was just a great, great beer. I think it sat around 5.4% ABV. So instead of just pounding the thing to death, let's just get in here and brew this. So I'm gonna start putting all my recipes going forward, maybe some in the back, but definitely forward, into Brewfather. You don't have to pay for Brewfather, but if you like it and you use it, support it. It's cheap, it's very inexpensive. But you get, I think it's like 2 recipes in there anyways for free, and then you can download other people's recipes. You could export an XML, you could put it into Beersmith if you like Beersmith, which is what I prefer. So yeah, all the beer brewing recipes I will put in Brewfather. On this recipe, even though I had a lot of purpose for the malts that I used, I did not have as much purpose in the hops, because I'm trying to use up some hops that I know I'm not going to use. And a Belgian Saison is extremely forgiving when it comes to hops, as long as you're not going nuts and trying to make it super bitter or whatever. And you can make a hoppy Saison. You can color outside the lines. It's okay. You can do it. So let's go through the grain recipe and let's go into the brewing salts, which I got the brewing salts right here. Pretty neutral, a little higher on the sulfates, but balanced. It's like 1.1 ratio. It's fine. So what do we have in our grains? Now, I'm gonna do a 6-gallon batch. Why am I doing a 6-gallon batch instead of a 5-gallon batch? Because I wanna pull 1 gallon off and pitch different yeast. Yeah, I have a feeling that this yeast may not go anywhere. I'm watching my starter and it's really not doing much. Willononian Farmhouse 3 from White Labs. Yeah, there you go, a little bit better view maybe. And it's expired. It's expired by I think almost a whole year, almost a whole year. And sometimes it's fine, but it probably isn't gonna go anywhere, but I figured it's time to try it. I've been wanting to use it for a long time, obviously. I didn't get around to it. But I have backups, always have a backup plan. I got Lelleman's Farmhouse, and they're Belgian. Yeah, so whichever one I don't use, I'll probably pitch into the 1 gallon, throw it on iGulu, and let the iGulu do a 1 gallon while the Anvil, well, not the Anvil, but the Firmzilla All-Rounder does the 5 gallon. But we're gonna brew all of it on the Anvil Foundry. Why the Anvil Foundry? I've been brewing on the Brewzilla a lot, and I'm sorry, I'm just a little tired. I want something that I don't have to worry about the temperatures. I've been using Kegland's Temp Probe, and it's supposed to be a little bit of a grade in temperature. Yeah, you're talking like 4 degrees, and I'm gonna check the mash, and the mash will probably be dead on where I'm looking to go. So, but I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna verify it. I'm trying to be as non-biased as possible. Now, malt bill is very small, very simple. I have 6 3/4 pounds of Pilsner 2-row, and if I didn't say, I'll throw up the brewing salts if I didn't already. And then we went in, and this is where I want this to kind of be a little hazy and have a good mouthfeel, even though it's a lower ABV. So I threw in 6 ounces of flaked oats and 6 ounces of flaked wheat. Just went and got my oatmeal and quick grits or quick oats, whatever you want to call them. I did go with 6 ounces of Vienna, which is very common in a Belgian Saison or a Farmhouse ale. Just 6 ounces, just to give it a little malt flavor in there. I know a Saison should be more balanced and really not a malty beer, but also 6 ounces of rye because I like a little spice, and 4 ounces of Cara wheat. And I know you're thinking, why did you put Cara wheat? Well, I was thinking Red X or something else. I just want to kick the color up just a little, just get a little nuance of some malt backbone. And then I'm going a little crazy with the hops, which actually I guess I forgot to reprint it, but it's all good. So what am I doing with the hops? Well, I have a lot of hops I want to get rid of. A little older, so I got like 0.92, and you can adjust the hops based on your, alpha, but 0.92 at about 15 minutes of Halta Magnum. And that is our bittering hop. We should be up around the neighborhood of about 27 with some age on those hops, probably closer to 24 IBUs, which is just fine. Then I'm gonna drop in at the last 5 minutes the hop I can't say, which is 0.95 of an ounce, but it's a 10. Yeah, a tenum at 5.2. And then I have 2 ounces of crystal, which I was only gonna drop in an ounce, but you know what? I don't wanna seal the bag back up. So I'm gonna drop all that in the last 5 ounces for 5 minutes. That should give me a little grapefruit, a little lemon, a little woody, just some very nice, charismatic type, and I know that's a weird word to use for that, but something to give it some character, you know what I mean? Give the Saison a little character. I'm not gonna do any fruit. I'm not doing any spices. I thought about some black peppercorn. I love a good peppercorn. I have had white peppercorns. Yeah, I like spice, but no, that just burns on the back of your throat. That's just weird. So we're shooting for about 4.7, 4.8 ABV. I just don't understand sometimes Beersmith or Brewfather, but our estimated original gravity should be somewhere, around 1.038. Probably gonna be a little higher because I usually get a pretty decent efficiencies on here for mash, but it's estimating my final gravity could be as low as 1.001, which with a Saison or Belgian yeast, that is possible. I don't expect it to be that low, and that should kick me somewhere between, like I said, 4.7 plus or minus a little. We are going to do a protein rest for 15 minutes at 124 degrees, and then we're going to kick it up to 149 for 65 minutes, and then finish out at 168 for 10 minutes. And then, yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and do a 90-minute boil. You don't know, as far as you're concerned on the video, it doesn't last any longer for you, just for me. So, you know what? Let's get mashed in. Okay, so I have the small batch adapter in here. Always make sure your feet are to the back or wherever you're going to lift this. Lower it in slow. That way you don't knock the bottom out. Even though with the small batch adapter, I should be fine. And of course, I know you think I have cat litter here, but it's actually just rice hulls. That's right, lots of rice hulls. Why? Because, well, I have 12 ounces of flaked. So we get that 6 of oats and 6 of wheat. And then I have 6 ounces of rye. I mean, I'm like asking for a problem, you know what I mean? So we get a little heavy with the rice hulls. There we go. Get a rice hull flavored Saison. I've heard people complain about tasting them, but I've never tasted them. Ooh, lost my balance there. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna get this stirring up. Rice hulls float, if I can say or speak. And I spread all the flaked out between the two different things of grain. I should have mixed it, I didn't, but it's okay. We'll be fine. Said that before. Okay, we'll speed this up. I'm not a real, how do you say, high ABV or low ABV fan. I like it somewhere between like 5.5 to maybe 7.5. But when you're brewing a low ABV beer, the water to grain ratio just makes it so much easier. So much easier. So, like I said, we're gonna be here, I think it's like 15 minutes, and yeah, and then I'll kick it up to 149 and we'll be there for 65 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes before I get the recirc going and we'll rock on. Okay, we were at 124 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. I just kicked it up to 149 Fahrenheit, kicked it 100%. I dropped it back down to 50% power so we can get there quick, and we should be there. If we're not already there, we'll be there in a second. And we'll be there for 65 minutes. Then we'll go to 168 and mash out. Okay, I just kicked it up so it'll get up to a boil here very soon. Pulled this off. I'm letting this drip a little bit more since I'm sitting below 7.5 and I should be right around 7.5, knowing that I have a boil off of about a half gallon per 30 minutes. Got a 90-minute boil. Pretty easy math there. But because we're shooting for 6 gallons and I have that extra gallon of liquid in there, yeah, 5-star defoamer, I have it ready to go. Always have it ready, use it quite often, but I'll probably be using it on this just for safety. And keep in mind, we have a 15-minute bittering hop addition, then we have a 5-minute kind of an aroma hop addition, just because I want to add a little, you know, little character to the Saison above and beyond that of the yeast, because the yeast always adds quite a bit of character. So let's get up to a boil. And because you have rye, wheat, oatmeal in this recipe, yeah, good reasons to rub the bottom. Make sure there's nothing stuck down there. You don't want to create any kind of scorching. Even with the low density burners, there's still always a possibility. Okay, it is starting to foam up, which means we are going to call this the beginning of the boil. We are at 624. I'm going to stir. We're going to drop a little bit of a defoamer in here. You only need like 1 drip when you first get it, but as it ages, for some reason, I've seen a lot of people say the same thing, 2 or 3 drips and you're good. Doesn't mean you need to stop stirring. You need to keep an eye on it until everything is, what do you say, broke? Everything has completely stopped acting crazy. There you go. It's looking pretty good, actually. I might just leave that there for a second. Okay, we'll be here. I'm debating about 60 minutes, but it's probably 90. The only reason I'm debating on that is because appears I've lost a little bit of the liquid that I was expecting. Yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna let it go. Okay, I'm drenched in sweat. I've got I think it's something like 9.2, we showed it in the beginning, of Magnum hops. I'm gonna go ahead, drop this in. It's our 15-minute mark. Okay, we're gonna be there for 10 minutes, and then we get our 5-minute addition, which will include our Whirlfloc tablet and a little yeast nutrient and all the lovely yum yum. Okay, we're in the last 5 minutes and I've got almost 3 ounces of hops. Smells amazing. So I can do this without burning myself. There we go. Okay, I already dropped the Whirlfloc tablet in, the yeast nutrient. Got 5 minutes left and I'm gonna get this cooled down. So let me get my jaded Scylla, get things ready to cool it down, and we can rock and roll. Okay, you ever feel like an idiot and didn't hit record? That would be me. So over here, I pitched the starter of the Farmhouse 3 White Labs 4023. It smelled like turpentine. I'm telling you, it smelled like turpentine. I said, you know what? It's probably not gonna do anything, but okay, I just smell hops. I don't smell it now. We're gonna give that 36 hours. If that doesn't kick in 36 hours, I'm gonna pitch another expired yeast, which is right here. It is a French Saison yeast from Mangrove Jacks. If that doesn't work, yeah, you'll find out in the second video. I'll do the Belgian one from Lullemans. Over here, I already put it in, but I did the Lullemans Farmhouse Hybrid, and because I have a lot of trub on the bottom from pulling the first gallon, because I got 5 gallons here, 1 gallon here. Yes, we hit our numbers, we're at 1.039. That little tip supports the floating dip tube. So I can put the floating dip tube over there, not have to worry about that trub, do a move, rock and roll, it's all good. Over here, I'm of course gonna move it to a keg, carbonate it. I don't think I'm gonna keg keg condition. I think I'm just gonna keg carbonate and rock on, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll throw a little corn sugar, let it carbonate a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm not that patient. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Appreciate you massively. Definitely appreciate you. Cheers.